Hi everyone! I haven't done an in-depth drag tutorial in a couple months, so I'm just going to give you like an updated way of how I do my makeup. It's not necessarily how you're supposed to do it, but this is just one way that I do it, and I'm just going to jump right in and get started. So this one, I want to like try to go for a more fishy look. So the first thing you want to do is get your razor, shave your whole body, like head to toe, like you don't want to be a hairy drag queen. And I don't like body hair on anyone, so just shave your body. Like shave your chest, shave your face, arms, armpits, legs. Well, you don't have to do legs if you're wearing leggings, but whatever. So just get started. So you have to shave, and the first thing I like to do when I am doing drag is cover your eyebrows. And since I don't have any, all I have to do is that. Oh, shit. See? Eyebrows are covered. It takes 2 seconds. That's why you cover your brows, bitches. So, you can cover your brows and, like, I don't know. Oh, always make sure your skin is clean before you do it, too. I already washed my face, but I'm just going again. So, you can see that I have a little bit of acne, but everyone does, so don't judge me, damn it. And then, after your brows are covered, if you don't know how to cover your brows, there's like a bajillion eyebrow covering tutorials. Basically just glue stick, powder, glue stick, powder, glue stick, powder, until it's completely gone. Like, don't be a lumpy eyebrow bitch, though. Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to do is start with liquid foundation, and I'm going to take a bunch of liquid foundation. Right now I'm using Match Perfection by Rimmel in color... Where are the colors on this shit? I mean, this stuff, sorry. Oh, it's 240 Soft Beige. It's probably not my color, but I really don't care because it's going to be covered with powder. A lot of people do it on the back of their hands. I'm doing it on just an index card because I really don't want to deal with all the stuff. I'm just using a foundation brush and just... I'm going to put it on all over. Oh, don't want to cover up my sun. Anyway, sorry. So just dab it on your face, different areas. The reason I'm not using like a Kryolan TV paint stick right now, which is what I really want to use, is because, well, obviously I don't have one, and I don't want to buy one yet because I just want to go through all this makeup first. I don't want to waste the money on a bajillion different makeups and not use them. So, you know, just rub it on. I'm going to just go back and forth first and then I'll buff it in later. I just want to make sure I have the most coverage I can possibly get. So, I'm not suggesting that you use Rimmel. I don't really care what kind of foundation you use. Just make sure it covers your beard and make sure you get it in all of your face. Like, buff that shit in. Like, cover your whole face. I put too much on my card, but whatever. So, you know, it takes forever, which is why I didn't have this step in my first in-depth drag transformation thing. It's also easier to just use your hands, but I really don't want to get my hands dirty. I'm lazy right now. And it's drying really fast since I have a fan in front of me. I always have a fan in front of me when I do drag because I get really hot and I don't want to sweat my makeup off before it's even on. You can put it on your lips. I have chapstick on, so I don't want to deal with it. Whatever, I'll just use my hands, it's faster. Rub it on your hand, rub it all in. Make sure you get it everywhere. Get your ears. Make sure it comes down your neck, on your chest, especially if you have tan lines like I do. I have like a triangle tan line from when I wore a V-neck shirt when I was outside. Brilliant, right? Yeah. And the streakier the better. No, just kidding. That's why you use your hands, so that it doesn't, so you can just kind of pat it all over and yeah. See? You have perfect foundation now. you know, ta-da. So the next thing I'm going to do is highlight my face with a cream foundation. This one is by CoverGirl. It's in the color Classic Ivory, number 410. I love these little cream pots. This one looks like that. I'm just like, I have barely any left, but I refuse to waste it. So you want to get a really light color for highlighting, and just take it on your highlight points, which are on your cheeks, your forehead, your chin, and just, yeah, make sure it's highlighted and pretty, and I don't know, I take mine from like here all the way back. I'm not gonna get technical with it. I'm just gonna do my makeup and just let you guys watch. I'm just gonna go slow so you guys know what I'm using, and, you know, whatever. Does that make sense? So just make sure it's kind of blendy on your face, and put it in your, right in the center of your forehead where the light is gonna catch it. And down your nose. Just the typical highlight points. I assume that most of you already have done drag before, or have looked at some tutorials. Like, if you're a guy watching this, if you're a girl, then just have fun watching, I guess. And then your chin. I mean, the cream's really not important. You can just get one that's your color. Like, get one that's your color, and then just cover it all in powder and contour with powder, because this is, I don't know, it's not that necessary. It's gonna be covered up, like, whatever. Who cares? So there's that. So I'm taking my Stay Matte pressed powder in the color 005, which is Silky Beige, and it's pretty much one that matches my skin tone, and I'm just gonna put it everywhere. That way I get that nice matte face that a drag queen has to have, because if you have a shiny face and you're on stage, then light's just going to be reflecting everywhere and not knowing what the light is supposed to do. And you just want to have a nice matte face, which means no shiny, just, I don't know, basically blank face. So after your eyebrows are covered and everything, you just put it all over, you know, drag it down your neck, make sure you don't look like you have a mask on. You just want to get some on your ears, get your chin, if it's still shiny, just use a freaking lot, you know what I mean? Just go crazy. If you feel like you have too much makeup on when you're doing drag, then you probably don't have enough. So just overdo it. It's just what you just need to overdo it. That's just what you need to do. Like, I'm sorry if this video gets boring. You just do it. Like, drag is a thing that I'm really passionate about. I'm really passionate about the makeup mostly. Like, that's what I really care about as far as drag is concerned. So that's why I get really mad when I see girls have ugly makeup, especially if they're trying to do a makeup tutorial. Like, I'm obviously not a professional drag queen, okay? I've been doing it for almost a year, and I'm doing the best that I know how to do, you know what I mean? So I don't like when people try to tell you, oh, this is how you need to do your makeup. I'm just showing you how I do it. If you don't like it, then don't watch. Sorry. And then I'm going to take a light powder in the color, where is it? If I can ever find anything, I'll just use this. It's a light CoverGirl. It's like the lightest color there is. Classic Ivory 510. It's like white as hell. So if you a white bitch, this is what you need, and this is where you're going to put in your highlight points. Again, that's where you put your liquid foundation highlight. It's just the same idea. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is really obvious. It's just contouring, you know what I mean? If I say you know what I mean another time, I'm gonna shoot myself, because that's really frustrating. So you're just putting it on your cheekbones, because this is where you want the light to hit your face. you just want it in the center of your face, the highest points, and then that's where the light is going to show, obviously. That way you don't look like just a head with big lips and eyeballs. Because that's what you look like if you don't contour. Bring it down the center of your nose. Pat it. Do whatever you want. The center of your forehead. I just kind of pat in circular motions to blend it out. Like harder here and then just softer to kind of dust that bitch off. And then I'm going to go back with a powder brush after. But you can clearly just, if you're precise enough about where you put this, you really don't even need to wipe it off with powder or dust it off or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you want to call it, damn it. See, so that's going to look crazy. But my face is pretty much highlighted. I'm going to highlight after I do a lot of my makeup, but you just put it and make sure it's even. You don't want your face to look lopsided. You just want to look pretty. So now I'm going to find wherever I put my brushes. Oh, here they are. And I'm going to take a little brush like this. It's from Avon. Just blend it all together. Blah, blah, blah. So like I said earlier, I'm just going to go for a fishy look. I figure it's easier to teach you a fishy look than to teach you a really hard look that you're only going to be able to do once. So I want the contours to be really natural in this one. I don't want a huge, like, separation like I normally do, obviously. So there is your highlight. So after your face is highlighted how you want it, you're going to start contouring. I'm going to contour with this True Match Super Blendable Powder, number N8 Cappuccino. Mine is like all broken up, so I have to be really careful with it because I dropped it one day. I'm just going to take this blush brush by e.l.f. I don't know, I really like this. It was like $3 at Target. Yeah, you don't have to invest in really expensive brushes. So you just want to contour your face right in your cheekbones, which is from your ear to your mouth, basically. And I just want a really nice, natural looking contour this time. I want to look fishy and pretty and, you know, like that. So I'm going to go right under my double chin. So especially if you're heavier, you want to hide your double chin, because it's just, I don't know, it's not attractive, really. Well, to me at least. Unless you're a chubby chaser, then whatever, you're going to love a chunky drag queen, I guess. I don't know. So just carve out your double chin with your powder. Even if you don't have a double chin, you really just want to make sure that that jaw is really, you can see the difference, like that's not contoured, and then you just bring it under, especially if you have a really sharp jawline, it'll soften it up and make it more feminine, which is really good when you're doing drag, because you don't want to look like a man, especially when you're doing a fishy look like this. So just make sure it's behind your ears, because you don't want it to stop right here. You want it to like all blend in nice and perfect. So yeah, so that's what you have to do. Take the blush brush on the other side. I like to hold the brush straight up and do it like that, because I find when I do it like this that there's the sharper line on the top, and I like when the line is sharper on the bottom. So just go in again. I don't know why I'm using that hand. I feel like I'm forgetting how to do makeup right now, which is brilliant when you're doing a tutorial, guys. Ay caramba. So just dust it under your highlight. Oh my god, I apologize for me being crazy in this video and not knowing what the fuck I'm doing. So I'm just gonna round it off a tiny bit, blend it all in together. I like to go straight from here when I'm doing a fishy look. because I don't really want it to be too angular, but I want it to look like I have a nice little cheekbone. This one's darker still. I'm just having trouble with this powder because it's all broken and stupid and shit. So just go back and forth and... Oh, now it's too dark. Lovely. Lovely. I'm just gonna blend it in with a different brush. So with a clean brush, you want to blend it like that. You don't want to use the one that has dark powder on it. Otherwise, it's just pretty much pointless. Otherwise, just add more powder. This is going to be a lot of dead camera time right now. I'm going to be quiet and boring. So you want to carve out your temples right here. And just kind of go in circular motions, back and forth, pat it on. Whatever way works best for you when you're applying your makeup, then go ahead and do that. I really don't care if you use mine. So just go on your temples. This is basically to just round out your face. Because even if you watch American Idol, like if you see J-Lo's face, that bitch is contoured to the T. Like, a lot of people probably think that she's perfect. She always looks like that. She's the most beautiful woman according to People magazine. But no, the bitch actually has a lot of freaking makeup on. She probably has more than I do. So, yeah, like, you can tell her entire forehead is contoured around here. And then you go in, make it all pretty. And then you can go back with the other brush again and just blend it even more. Like, you want to blend the shit out of your face when you're doing drag. Especially if you want to go for like a more natural, fishy looking makeup. Like, that's just what you want to do, is super blended. You don't want to look like you have makeup on, even though everyone obviously is going to know that you do. Especially since there's going to be stage lights, you want to just make sure that your face doesn't disappear. La la. I'm just going to go right around my face. That way it's just softer and more natural. I'm just going to keep repeating myself. This is going to be the longest video of my life. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm not even going to rush. I'm just going to take my time, make sure that it's pretty, and then if you have to fast forward, then you can. You can press watch later if you don't have enough time and you actually want to watch the whole thing. But yeah, so that's my first set of contour. I'm going to go back in with the base powder that I had before, just to lighten this area up a little, because it's a little too dark. Da-da. Yeah, I like it. Now I'm going to go in with my really dark powder. This is the one that I always use, my C8 True Match Cocoa in L'Oreal True Match. And this is, I think this is the darkest one that they make in the L'Oreal. So this one you don't want to take as far. This is just for a little extra definition. If you take your brush, because they're usually like circular like that, if you hold it, then it makes it a little bit flatter and you can get a more sharp line. That way you look like you actually have a cheekbone instead of a flat face like me. Yeah, or you can get a brush that's actually flat, because I know that they make really big fan brushes that are kind of flat. And then, yeah, a lot of people like those. But if you don't have money for a lot of brushes, then you gotta find a way to work with what you have, because you don't want to spend $1 million. Duh. I feel like I'm not even going to end up posting this because it's so boring. And then, so yeah, so you're just going to accentuate the places you already did. That way it's even more blended. So you're not going to go out as far with it. You're just going to go closer to your hairline and stuff and just, yeah. Especially if you're balding, this is going to work for you because it'll like hide your hairline, and when you're wearing a wig, it'll like blend in better, which is good. I always get a really stuffy nose when I do makeup. I don't really know why. It's probably because all the dust from my powder. That actually turned out pretty decent. I'm surprised. Now I'm going to take my e.l.f. contour brush. I also got this at Target. And I'm going to take it in the middle tone, which is the N8, as I spread powder all over me. I'm going to put it in the little contour brush. Just bring it right in your nose to thin it out just a tiny bit. I'm not going to go all the way down because since I have a rounder nose, it's actually just going to look really weird. Which is how I normally do it, but I just want to try out something a tiny bit new. You don't want to bring it all the way down, otherwise it's going to look like your nose is super wide, and that's just going to be weird. So don't do that. Voila. Voila. Just bring it down a little bit of ways, and then if you contour under your nose just a tiny bit and bring it up, you can have like a cute little button nose, if I do it the right way. Which I probably won't, because I always seem to mess up when I'm trying to do a tutorial. Which is why I never do them. La la la. La la la. And then just blend it straight down. You want to go as thin as possible, because I like a thin ass Michael Jackson nose when I'm doing drag. La la la. So bored. Yeah, so if you're still watching this, thank you, because I would have turned it off by now, because it's really boring. This is the first time you've ever seen me. You won't be coming back, I assume. But anyway, I'm just going to take it and blend it with that clean brush again, so it's not so freaking crazy. Now it's naturally, sort of natural, sort of, no. So there's your contour. I hope you like this part of the video. This is your whole base, now that you put the base in your face. And yeah, you can tune into the next video, which I will try to make a little bit more entertaining, and that will be part 2. Mwah!